WNBA All-Star rosters were formed last night with Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier drafting their teams. And for Team Caitlin Clark, she picked in order Aaliyah Boston, Sabrina Ionescu, Asia Wilson, Satu Savali, Kelsey Mitchell, Gabby Williams, Sonia Citron, Kiki Irifen, and Jackie Young and Kayla Thornton. Napheesa Collier picked her co-founder of Unrivaled, Brianna Stewart, Alicia Gray, Nneka Ogwumike, Paige Beckers, Courtney Williams, Skylar Diggins, Angel Reese, Alyssa Thomas, Kelsey Plum, and Ryan Howard. They did it in a draft on ESPN. Some real power of friendship roster building in the WNBA All-Star Draft. Caitlin Clark taking Boston and Mitchell, her teammates with the Fever. Collier taking Courtney Williams, her teammate on the Lynx, but also stacking up with the Yukon squad of Stewie and Paige Beckers. She only lost one Husky in the draft, which is Gabby Williams. She also took her Unrivaled teammates, Alicia Gray and Skylar Diggins. They did make a coaching trade, which is maybe my favorite part, because Cheryl Reeve will now coach Fee's team and Sandy Brondello will coach Caitlin's team. And I didn't know you could do this, but I love it. Caitlin Clark didn't even know if it was allowed, but she said, we're doing it anyway. Cheryl Reeve is literally Napheesa Collier's coach, so it makes sense. But it was interesting given the perception of the relationship between Caitlin and Cheryl. Cheryl Reeve was the coach of the Olympic team that Caitlin wasn't on last summer. Cheryl Reeve recently asked why the Lynx only have 2 All-Stars when worse teams have 3, presumably talking about the Fever and the Seattle Storm, who are a worse team than the Minnesota Lynx. I love this All-Star game because it involves actual spice. Like, as much as I hate some of the discourse that constantly swirls around this league, it does provide a nice match to throw on an All-Star game to give it some legitimate fire. And the coaching piece of it is just one element. Like, I love these teams. I love that you get Paige and Angel on the same team and on a team playing against Caitlin Clark. I love that you get a team with 2 Lynx players and now the Lynx coach who get an opportunity to go out there. And for the record, like, I think Team Fee is stacked. Which team did you think was better, CJ?
Tough to say. I think that there's so much talent on both rosters. I like you, just marveled at the fact that they decided, you know what, we definitely want to get Fee paired with her coach. Let's just make this trade. I thought it was cool that Caitlin Clark rolled with her teammates as well. It's like, okay, who's she going to take? All right, that makes sense. Listen, man, it's going to be a good game. This is All-Star games, a lot like summer leagues. They don't do a whole lot for you, boy. I don't get too worked up one way or the other. But this looks like it's going to be fun. The WNBA always does a good job of putting a good product out there. This won't have the same type of energy that last year's All-Star game had, where it was Team USA versus the WNBA All-Stars. But it's still going to be something that I think everybody will enjoy when it pops off.
I think it won't have the same energy, but it at least has more energy. Like, this is a tiered thing. And again, we're talking about All-Star games, and who cares about All-Star games, really? But I care more about the WNBA All-Star game than I care about the NBA All-Star game or the MLB All-Star game, or obviously NHL did a cool thing this past year and made it more interesting based on that format. But in terms of having enough juice to actually want to sit down and watch an All-Star game, I think this game has it. And like, even though I said Team Fee is stacked, and I do think from an overall depth perspective, I looked at Napheesa Collier's roster and I was like, oh, they've got it up and down the roster. Team Caitlin may have had a better starting 5 because Asia Wilson somehow fell to the 5th pick, which is insane work. But now Asia Wilson got hurt last night, so we won't even know what her availability is. I think she tweeted this morning she was getting an MRI on her wrist. The Aces Liberty game last night. Liberty won their 6th straight. Asia Wilson got hurt in the middle of it. It was really sweet to see. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sweet to see.
I was going to say, it was really sweet to see all those players. Like, I think it just shows how beloved Asia is on her team. Like, they were quick to get to her, to get to their spot, to get the towels up around her, to try to protect her. Because, you know, sometimes we're gross and like do the zoom ins on the injuries and stay there and watch a player in complete agony and pain. And the whole team was there to be like, no, we're going to shield her from this moment. She tried to stick with it, but I'll be curious to know what the status is for Asia Wilson, because as we've mentioned, their front court depth has some issues.
I tweeted, and well, not tweeted. What's it called when you blue sky something? I blue skied it.
You skied.
I skied.
You BS'd. We should call it a BS.
Listen, what a fitting thing to say right before I share with you. They're like, oh, they have no answer right now for Ionescu. And then she went out there and went 1 for 9 from
No.
and like 4 for 20 from the field or something like that. The Liberty still won, which again, the Liberty, I've been so impressed with them continuing to be hidden shoulders in that tier that's hidden shoulders above everybody else, especially when you think about they've been dealing with injuries to star players, to Phoebich and Jonquel Jones. Phoebich played last night, but Jonquel Jones didn't, and they're still one of the two best teams in the WNBA right now. So I think that bodes well for them. I'm surprised with all of your love for Sabrina that you didn't say Caitlin Clark had the much better roster, because I know how much you love her.
Okay, but let's be honest here. Like, Napheesa Collier and Brianna Stewart are two of the top 3 players in the WNBA. Alicia Gray is firmly in the MVP convo. I also think you have to talk about roster.
Do I have to stop whispering MVP?
Oh yeah, you can yell it.
I can say with my chest, Alicia Gray MVP?
You can confidently say it with your chest. You can get out on that ledge, and there will be people to back you up. They won't let you fall. You need players who care, and I think Skylar Diggins and Kelsey Plum are crazy enough to treat an all-star game like a championship game. I just think that entire team, and there's chemistry there, like multiple levels of chemistry. We did have, do you know what Stud Buds is? Are you familiar with Stud Buds?
I am unfamiliar.
Okay, it's a Twitch stream that Courtney Williams runs with Natisha Heidman. And they do these like crazy long, chaotic streams. Like they've gone like 4 hours. I think their longest might have been 6 hours. But they've been promising that they're going to do a 72-hour live stream over All-Star Weekend. And Caitlin Clark was on the broadcast last night talking about how she was upset that she didn't get Courtney Williams because she wanted to be a part of the live stream. And I was like, oh my God, they're mentioning Stud Buds on an ESPN broadcast right now. And all you weirdos, stay away from Stud Buds. Protect Stud Buds at all costs, because now Caitlin Clark's going to pop up on this 72-hour live stream. And I just need it to continue its organic beautifulness that it is. Every time I see a clip from it, it's unhinged. But anyway, Courtney Williams posted a video with Natasha afterwards and was like, don't worry, Caitlin, you'll still be on it. So it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun time. The W has a lot of energy, like social media wise too. It provides an actual interesting all-star weekend that I will at least be fringely tapped into. And that is more than I can say about others. Also, Caitlin Clark's coming back for the Fever tonight, so I'm going to be watching that game.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m.